Me being a woman attracted to men, I always felt like, sexual intimacy was needed, but it wasn't coming from an empowered place. I feel as though that I've been celibate for maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years. And I'll tell you, this is like the best thing that's ever happened to me. You have no idea, because you just become so clear headed on what you want. And you're not willing to give people just all of you just because they want it. I remember a narcissist that I used to date or engage with. We were trying to make it work a second time, but I was kind of just ignoring my intuition. And, I was just focused on the fact that I loved him. And I was kind of just like wishing that he was the same person that I thought he was when he first showed me in the relationship. And he was so gung-ho in having sex. And there was a question that he asked was, are you even attracted to me? Like, how come you just don't want to have sex with me? And I'm just like, yeah, I am attracted to you, ding dong. It's just more of like, that's not just what I think about anymore. Because I finally realized, as a spiritual woman, an intuitive, witchy woman, that I can't just be giving my goods to everybody, because it literally drains the life source out of me. And obviously that's something that he could not understand. And he just made it about himself, the fact that I just wasn't attracted to him anymore and that I didn't love him. No, I love you even more, because I'm actually not only careful about who enters into me, but I'm actually thinking about you as well, because I know you're not in the right headspace or heart space, but his concept of love is just so warped that, obviously that connection ended, and it ended like the way it was supposed to. And I'm glad I'm not in that situation anymore. But, the more I think about getting into a relationship, the more that I'm just like, I don't know. And it's not coming from a place of necessarily fear. It's just coming more from a place of, I am never, like, you've seen those videos of people just like, oh, this is how I looked in the beginning of the relationship and this is how it ended. Like, I don't want to look how it ended again. And like I said, it's not coming from fear, but I'm going to be really careful next time if I decide to enter into the dating world again, because you don't have to be that person anymore. Of course, like, people inevitably get hurt in relationships. People get hurt. That's a fact of life. And that's something that you're probably not going to be able to run away from. Otherwise, you're not really going to be able to live or experience love the way that, you want to experience love. But like I said, I don't know. Like, it's different. When you actually take the time to be, when you actually take the time to actually be alone, and you really analyze, like, really be alone, because I had a hard time being alone 2 years ago, trust me. Like, I wasn't able to work on my business. I wasn't able to work on anything, because I was so consumed of the thought of, oh, like, I just want somebody to care for me, and just, like, have someone love me. And there's nothing wrong with wanting someone to love you, even if they are of the male, gender, or anyone for that, rather. But it's just different when you actually take the time to just be by yourself and figure out what you want, instead of painting a pretty picture that just because you found your Prince Charming, that everything magically pans out. And the truth is, no matter what, if you still are not willing to work on self-concept, if you're still not willing to actually work on the things that you want to accept, and the things that maybe are your shadows, no matter what person you turn to, you're just gonna view them as a savior. Every person that you meet, you're never gonna be fulfilled. And this is what I told my ex: no matter what person, or at least I thought I did, no matter what person you turn to, they're just a savior for you. When in actuality, you're the savior for yourself.